Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. First What the Fuck Wednesday of December. We've got a full house. Pat, Mark, Wes, Will, how you boys doing today? You feeling good on this What the Fuck Wednesday?
Doing good. We know how Pat's feeling.
I'm becoming like the BTK killer over here.
Well, you're still in the basement. You just moved up from the brown couch, which we were just remarking that you had. You've become closer to the shade, every day that you're in front of it. But
yeah,
You know
no,
what,
this
Pat?
is being here is bad for my mental health.
Yeah,
I really gotta get out of here.
You gotta come home.
Well, the problem is in Knoxville, Tennessee, the stupidest airport in the fucking planet only has like 2 stop flights home. So I'm like, okay, we do radio in the morning and pod in the evening, and it just doesn't work out. So I'm just gonna have to skip a show this week and fly home or something. Yeah. I'm just really not doing well here in the basement.
You know who you're starting to look like? As the grandpa from Up.
Yeah, you better not take my house. 'Cause I'll fuck you up. Yeah. Earlier today, I was sleeping on the couch, and my mom woke up from a nap, and she just started. I was like in her spot, I guess, and she just started approaching the couch, her spot. No words were exchanged.
She didn't say move.
No,
Did
she was
move?
just. I knew to move. She
Yeah,
just.
well.
She
And
just
she
started.
she's the alpha.
She started making moves for her spot, and no apology or words exchanged. Just I just got up and said, "You're up, huh?" And she goes, "Yep." And then I just went into the basement where I stay.
Played some Ken Griffey Jr. on an emulator.
Oh man, it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm doing double doses of micro mushrooms right now. I think it's just mushrooms.
at this point, it's just mushrooms. Yeah,
Are you?
Yeah, it's just
think-
it's just
I think
mushrooms.
you're just doing mushrooms at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, on Capitol Hill,
I
they
could
still-
live here in Knoxville.
Yeah, you think you're just gonna move in? You're just gonna?
I don't know, slower pace of life.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
It's something to think about. It's
It's
something to consider.
looking a little too slow.
YouTube.com/HardFactorNews. On Capitol Hill, they still can't agree on a stimulus package, so that's not happening anytime soon. Still no evidence of widespread voter fraud that's been produced, so nothing new there at all. But most importantly,
Right.
today,
The DOJ, right? Barr
Right.
said no. Yeah.
Dodge.
but most importantly, guys, burying the lead, today is the return of the McRib. It's December 2nd. So,
Can we talk about that first?
Send in the car.
McRib.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm stoked about the McRib, but who screwed up the McRib advertising campaign is what I want to know.
What do you mean?
Because they tried to drop it today, being like, hey, guess what? If you shave your face, you get a McRib. And we're teamed up with, Mustache November, but they dropped the fucking thing. They dropped the contest in December.
Yeah, it's not Movember anymore.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. See, it's not even Men's Health Month. Or
Well, they should
International Men's Day.
have gone with our ad.
Yeah, I don't know why
really?
we didn't get the McRib ad. It's a
And they're
mystery.
giving 10,000 sandwiches to just anyone. Like, you don't even
Well,
have
that's
to shave your beard. You can just post a photo of you without a beard at any point.
Well, I mean, that's going to be 10,000 happy people. I'm not upset with that.
Just seems like a stretch from a marketing perspective. Just saying that. Just got to
Yeah,
keep it real. Got to keep it 100.
It is a stretch. Fatathon charity announcements coming later this week. Review of Hillbilly Elegy coming later this week. Let's get the stories going, fellas.
Are we
Oh
real quick on the Large? Is Large coming on the pod tomorrow and the radio?
Well, we got to talk to
tomorrow?
him. I think he'll
I'm
be
not
at
sure.
least on the podcast.
Okay, because we got to get the
definitely.
numbers out there because we got people that sponsored us. They gotta pay up, right?
Yes, absolutely. All right. Before I get going, I wanted to share a little story with you guys. I had a little run-in with my favorite dog breed today while at the house. Bubba, if you want to put a picture up of what a pit bull looks like. That's
Quite a picture
that's
you
what
chose.
that's what a typical pit bull looks like.
Wes, did you have to pick the picture of the pit bull that got recently adopted after it was abused? Do you know where that photo that you picked came from?
Huh? That one?
Yeah.
What did you type
just-
into the Google search?
I typed vicious pit bull.
Vicious.
That one just got
Yeah, the
adopted. Okay.
modifier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this is fucked up. So I'm sitting there having lunch with my girlfriend, and all of a sudden we hear we're in my house, and all of a sudden we hear this person yelling, "No, get off him! Stop!"
Wes
we
is
thought it was some.
That's got to be a pit bull.
We thought it was
At
some
first,
kids
I got
first.
horny.
We thought it was some kids at first, and then we started listening closer, and we realized it was like someone that was like in distress. Like two people were yelling, "No, no, no!" And so we go outside, and it ended up being, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I not too long ago, the same fucking neighbors. They have two pit bulls in their backyard, and they are constantly going at each other. And before this, when I like climbed the fence and like was telling what to fucking do.
You complained about the noise before, right?
Yeah. Well, I went over there the first time and told them like, "Hey, fucking get some water on these goddamn things." So we go over there again, and the same things happen. And the pit bulls are just going at each other in the backyard. The woman that is directly next to this house has the hose over the fence, is spraying the dogs.
The neighbor is?
What?
Yeah. So I'm yelling through the fence. I'm throwing heavy sticks over the fence. Like, God, fucking hit it over the head with this shit.
What is
And
the issue that the one dog's hurting the other dog?
The one dog has the other dog by the ear. They're both pit bulls. The one dog has the other dog by the ear. It's just not letting go. The two owners are sitting there with like, you're supposed to pull them by the hind legs, but they're not. It's at this point they're just like, "Stop it, get off him!" They're like in like distress, and like it doesn't look like they're making any effort. So I'm yelling at them. I run back to my house and I get my leaf blower. Like to think that like maybe if I just put the leaf blower on him and like
a pit bull's worst enemy.
A loud
The leaf
noise or
blower.
anything,
Yeah.
I grab a golf club and a leaf blower.
Wes opened his anti-pit bull drawer.
Yeah. Well, I
And then he got horny again.
I sure as shit wasn't going to go in the backyard, but I was going to throw him over and like hopefully it helped these two people. And there's two.
You're just
like,
gonna toss him a golf club
Here-
and a leaf blower.
here's
That's
a
right.
leaf blower.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, but by the time I get
Wes
over
has
there,
like a pit bull face painted on the end of his
Yeah.
leaf blower.
it would have been hilarious.
Leaf blower, quick.
So by the time I get back over there, the lady that's spraying them with the hose, I'm like, "What?" They're like, they broke them up, and I'm like, "This is the second time I've run over here," and she's like, "This is bullshit. This happens all the
You
time."
and this lady started bonding.
Oh, we started bonding about how much we hate these fucking pit bulls, and and
Wes
so
pulls
walking
up the picture of a vicious pit bull. Look
Yeah.
at him, isn't it
She's
gross?
like, I know.
Yeah. And so as I'm walking back to the house, there's the couple is still in the backyard with their dogs, like catching their breath. I walk back around the front. And I'm walking along the side of the fence, and I'm like, "You guys need to have something prepared when this happens, like some fucking, like some goddamn
Like a leaf
pepper
blower.
spray." Like some pepper spray or like a taser or something. They're like, she's like, "I know, I'm sorry." And I was like, "You gotta be smart about this shit." I'm like yelling at them, scolding them.
You yelled at your neighbors.
I yelled at my neighbor. So I was like, "This," because the lady was like, "This happens all the time," and every time it's the same shit. They don't know what to do. They don't have a plan in place, and all they do is scream and yell, and for the dogs to stop.
Maybe
it.
you need to be the pit bull master. Every time something happens, you run into the yard and control
Get
the
the leaf
situation.
blower.
The leaf
Yeah,
at the
I'm
leaf blower.
I'm ready with the leaf blower, but I mean, fucking how dumb do you have to be? These things are like attacking each other all the time.
Wes is going to start bringing over pies to the lady next door he bonded with, and he's going to be like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe them. I can't
It was
believe
a-
these.
They just
It
sit
was
there
a
smoking
scene.
cigs, like
Yeah, they're
staring
so
at the pit
irresponsible.
bulls.
Yeah.
She was on her step
Here
ladder.
they go
just
again.
spraying them with the hose over the fence. It was amazing. Yeah,
That's
so-
incredible.
Yeah, it was something. But that brings me to the first story of the day about some more animal attacks in the
Just
in the
like you
region.
with those vicious pit bulls that
That's
you had
right.
to deal with
That-
from across
that's
the
right.
fence.
Fucking
The
crazy.
pit bulls that are like brother and sister were biting each other's ears. Yeah, sounds insane.
Yeah, it was
Crazy. Crazy
it was-
attack.
Yeah, the people made it way more dramatic.
Why do
trust
you
me.
care so much about someone else's dog? That's my thing. Ultimately,
they're
like, you
yelling-
hate pit bulls.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Because we can't let the
Because-
pit bulls get away with it, Pat.
Because they were yelling and making a fucking scene, and the one dog was like gonna lose an ear. So I was like trying to help him out a little bit. I mean,
Well,
not
it's
just
a
gonna
good
be
thing
like,
you
"Ah,
were
fuck."
there. Yeah, like we
Yeah,
said,
it was
you're
a-
the
it
pit
was a
bull
good thing.
wrangler.
Saved an ear today.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got to scold somebody. Anyway, this first one comes from Nolan Schultz. The region of Kashmir, in between India and Pakistan, is a battle zone. There it is. India controls it. Rebel forces and Indian troops are like constantly doing battle there over the region. And other than the obvious loss of human life due to the fighting, another fight is going on between the people of that region and the wildlife that live there, mainly the Himalayan black bear. Bub, if you got a picture of the black bear. It's basically like the same fucking thing. There's one of the guys that suffered. So what's happening is
What happened to him?
Well, he got attacked
Mark,
by one of these fucking bears.
Mark, literally, there's a photo of a bear with its mouth open and a man with a bandage around his head. Do the math here.
What happened to him? Was it a SWAT like from behind? Like what was it?
He fell off a skateboard. Actually, no. According to this article, according to official data, at least 67 people have been killed and 900, almost 1,000 others injured in the past 5 years in attacks in this Kashmir Valley, which is like forests and wetlands and waterways. It's just a nice place, and that's why they're fighting over it. And it's like people are just getting mauled all over the place in this region.
Okay, so the bears are aggressive as well, on top of the militaries.
Yeah. So what's happening is these fucking bears and leopards are being pushed out of their natural habitats by the fighting and the expanse of new settlements, and what used to be paddy fields are turning into like these apple orchards, which like bears obviously just love. So the bears come and they just fucking take what's theirs.
You know who loves to get mauled? Is teenage girls. I'm sorry.
What's that? Teenage girls love to get mauled.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right. But a ching, like they go to the mall.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on. Send in the car, Bubba.
Oh.
Send in the car.
Oh.
Send in the car.
That was
Bubba
not a send in the car moment.
Yeah.
Pat.
Like shopping malled.
I could tell Bubba had to think twice about that when there was a pause before he started the video.
Bubba looked at us and he was like,
Oh, now he's the king of sending the car. He's the king. He's the purveyor of sending the car. He says when it can happen.
Until Pat gets home, give him as many send in the cars as he needs.
Yeah,
Bubba.
that's true.
He's
Whatever he
looking
That
rough
was
over
a 10-pointer. That was a 10-pointer.
Getting mauled.
Come on.
Also, the fighting has stopped poaching because of the presence of the troops in the woods. The barbed wire and the fencing is forcing the animals to change their normal routes, pushing them into densely populated areas. The troops are also just leaving garbage everywhere. So the bears, which usually hibernate during the
pisses
winter,
them off, yeah.
they're active
Bears
because they've
love
got like
garbage.
a plentiful food supply. So there's no
only
reason for them
certain
to
types.
hibernate, and they just have food all the time. So they're
So all these deaths are from the black bear, or is it leopard, black bear, and other animals?
80% are from the black bear, and then there's leopards there too.
I do want to say though, Mark,
What a terrifying
this
place.
type of bear, black bears, love garbage. I remember this was like when I was a kid, we'd go to the Poconos, and literally like a tourist attraction in the Poconos is, hey, you guys want to go to the dump and see the black bears?
They
and
just play in the dump.
Yeah, it's just like you go to the fucking dump, and there the black bears are.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, they love it. And leopards are like, if you've ever seen a leopard, like
terrifying.
an
That's what I'm saying.
attack
They'll
video
kill
of a
you.
leopard, they'll rip you to shreds.
I would rather get killed by the bear instantly than eaten and
well,
toyed
it's a
with by
black
the
bear.
leopard.
That's not like a grizzly. It's not going to just knock your head off. It's going to maul you to death.
Clearly, based on that picture, that guy just got the top of his head ripped off, not his entire head. Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
It's going to take a few swipes.
Yeah.
I'd still rather bear than leopard. Leopard will just fucking play with you forever.
Hey, guys, that was a grisly story.
Ooh, send
Send
in the car.
No, it wasn't as good. 'Cause there was
No,
really no wordplay there. Guys, you know you've got a problem with your weight when you've eaten yourself into your home permanently. Think about that for a second.
Sounds awesome.
It does sound kind of awesome, but think about it. You get so fat you can't leave your house.
You just take the space that's available to you.
Think about the days
your
that
body.
took, because it was a period. It's not just one day. You have, well, yes, there is one sandwich that puts you over the edge, but there's a long period of time when it's getting harder if you get out of your house. Now, obviously, you're not leaving your house anyway.
It's the sandwich that makes you wider than the door. At all
Exactly.
angles. Yeah.
Right. Now, guys, some 50 rescuers and a crane were used in an operation in the southern city of Perpignan in France to get a man who's estimated to weigh between 550 and 600 pounds out of his apartment because he'd eaten himself inside.
Where are they going to put him? That's him in the crane. Where are they going to put him?
I don't know, man.
It's like a cargo. What do they call those things?
So here, it's like a pod, right?
A pod, yeah. They put him in a moving pod.
A shipping container.
What they did was they essentially just busted out I'm guessing like a window. They made it into a gigantic door, like a double wide door on the second floor of his apartment. By the way, if this guy is too fat to leave the apartment, like he can't be walking around the apartment.
That's
like,
that's what I'm saying. What are they going to make him walk until he can go back inside? Like,
No,
you got to.
that's kind of what they're trying to do.
Did they just like he was in the apartment and then they just pushed the pod in and he just like went into the pod because like that's basically
They
it was all the space?
lifted the crane up to meet. So as wide as a pod is, right? That's how big they made the hole in his apartment, and then they just affixed the pod to the side of his apartment for a
like an
second.
airplane,
Suspended
like an
by a
airplane
crane.
thing. Yeah.
Like he's a velociraptor.
Yeah, it's like an
or
elevator.
something.
They created an elevator. Yes, yeah. Gatekeeper, step away from the gate.
How embarrassing is this? The whole neighborhood's watching as you get cut out of your house.
It's so embarrassing. And look,
embarrassing.
they tried to get him cut out of the house back in last December.
Oh no!
But he
this is the
refused.
second attempt. Oh no!
He
Refused to
'cause
get
he
on the
was
pod.
Well, he was afraid. He was like, "This is going to create too much commotion. I might lose my flat. I'm going to lose my
It's
apartment.
like patch the wall back up. I won't get in the pod.
Yeah, let's put it off for a year." He's like, "I'll lose enough weight to be able to fit out the door in a year." Didn't
No, I
happen.
won't.
Smoking him out.
Well, he was
Yeah.
going to get his stomach stapled, right? Is that where?
No. Will he just has he has just some sort of health issue. They needed to get him to the hospital.
Why don't they just have people stop delivering food to him? Because obviously he's getting like food delivered.
Why are they wearing hazmat suits?
That's a great question.
Why? What does he have?
Because he
Like, they
smells.
can't touch him
He
or breathe
smells
his
so
air?
bad. Well,
No, his apartment.
But I'm sorry,
Is hazmat zone.
It's
He
mean,
stinks.
but can you really not? You can't eat yourself into your house, dude. That's really hard to do. That's a special kind of lazy. It's a special kind of lazy, guys. He weighs between 550 and 660 pounds. The man is identified as Alan P. So they don't give the full name there. Save some dignity. He's been unable to move from the floor after falling out of bed a year ago. So he fell out of bed a year
what's he do
ago.
all day?
It's terrible.
On the
And
floor the whole time.
He's been like a turtle.
Why did he refuse the service the first time?
Well,
If he-
that's why he stinks.
Well, that's my other thing. It's like once it's out of your hands, can't someone just not feed him as much? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah. Who does?
I'm on the
feed him that way?
floor!
'Cause obviously,
I'm over here on the floor.
Oh man, it's sad.
well, it's like when you see like a really, really fat kid, it's usually because like, you know, the kids don't get to choose what to eat, right? So like their parents are feeding them fatty shit. This kid's like back to being a kid again, this man. But he's
Well,
just
yeah,
like
but Yeah.
he couldn't lose enough weight in a year. Like someone couldn't have been tough love on him for a year to get him out of
How's
the
he
house.
getting all of his food? Who's enabling this guy? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, who's
enabling
enabling him?
him?
That's the problem. You
Yeah.
stop that and you stop. They also should just take him to get his stomach stapled because like wouldn't that just take care of it? Like I know that like he may gain it back eventually, but wouldn't that like help him to just lose the weight eventually?
Do you
and
mean
be
like a
able to
home
stand?
stomach stapling?
Gastric bypass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would certainly help, but
Yeah, doctors are going to try to help him lose some body fat, and they had to use an inflatable raft to lift him off the floor. So what they did is they
There's probably some
tipped him over, rolled the raft under, and then pulled the ripcord so he'd inflated a little bit. Then they slid the raft into the
That's a pretty cool way to get moved around.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Like, I mean,
It's convenient. We're rooting for you, Alan P.
yeah. Come on, Alan, you could do it.
You got this, buddy. All right, let me ask you guys a question. This one's from my wife. Are you guys big theme park guys, amusement parks? You like them?
yes, love them.
Hate him.
What?
Okay.
What?
I loved
I didn't
them once.
I didn't expect hate out of them.
I loved him once. I
What
loved
was
him
it, the
once.
lines? What did it-
Dolly World. It was Dollywood. The last time I went to Dollywood was just such a fucking nightmare.
Is that a amusement park or just?
It's an amusement park here in Knoxville, Tennessee, my new home. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I thought it was like just like
What you hate about it?
There's like a yeah.
Elvis slander.
I guess I'm at the point right now where
Dolly Parton.
I'll pay any amount of money to not be a common asshole. You know what I mean? Like to not have to wait in lines, and they just didn't have that
Oh,
ability.
they didn't have a VIP. So
Kate and I went last year, and literally we both got in lines to get my niece food, and an hour later, we both got out of line to check on the other one. We met each other in the middle of these two lines, and she was like, "You got out."
Well, do the rides fuck at Dolly World though? I doubt it. Right? They're not like banging roller coasters and stuff, right? Like
I don't know.
I think
It's like we lost.
I think we may have lost the Beeve there. The Beeve just succumbed.
Carry on.
to the
We'll
national
carry on.
fever.
Rose in a hilarious way.
carry on. So Pat hates them. I like them. I remember Busch Gardens with the Leslie Nielsen 40 Pirates ride in Williamsburg, VA.
I don't remember the Leslie Neal. I remember the Loch Ness
Yeah.
Monster.
It was like an interactive theater. Like you sat in the theater and then it
was a
splashed
pirate
water
show
at you and shit.
Yeah,
pirate
that
show.
was cool. And then it was just, they had the Clydesdales, and then I've been to a Disney World once as an adult, and I drank around the world at Epcot, which is something I suggest you guys do if like it's safe to be at amusement parks again. You basically get a drink or two at every nation represented at Epcot, and they each have unique drinks to each nationality. It's pretty cool. But yeah, in Austin we have Schlitterbahn, which is an awesome water park, one of the best in the world, and Six Flags San Antonio nearby us. I've been to both of those semi-recently. Some pretty cool rides at the Six Flags San
So
Antonio.
you're an aficionado. You consider yourself...
Marvel comic theme, like Batman, Superman, Joker rides there, roller coasters there. I mean, no, not an aficionado, but I just started, when I did this story, I started to get into, what have I done theme park wise in the past 10 years, and it's been
That's more than most,
amount.
I'd say.
Fair amount.
You
Yeah,
guys,
what about you?
you guys remember my Schlitterbahn story, right? When I got stuck on the blaster in front of the teenage girl. I was filming and I was doing a GoPro and I was on one of those like blaster rafts, and I was so fat that I
got stuck.
couldn't get up. That I got stuck, couldn't get up the hill, and like some 16-year-old like lifeguard had to help me off.
You were like Alan P. in the hospital
my
in the
God.
raft.
So you have to hate amusement parks now.
No, I love amusement parks. I hate myself for that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think they're pretty sweet, obviously, but none may be sweeter, at least on paper, than Super Nintendo World, which is scheduled to open on February 4th inside of Universal Studios Osaka, Japan. Bubba, if you can get a picture of the whole map of what like a little layout, that's like a graphic of what it's going to look like.
You're going to get to save the princess, it looks like, essentially.
You're damn
Bowser's
right.
castle looks awesome.
Oh, fuck. It's just Super Mario World, not Super Nintendo World, or is it Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo World.
It doesn't look very big.
Original Mario Kart
what
came
is
out
this?
in the
A
Super
center
NES.
for ants?
That's an aerial photo, Wes.
It's
It's not.
yeah.
It's not actual size.
And they're building on outside of that. Let me get to it. So, original Mario Kart came out on the SNES, and guess what? The most anticipated ride at Super Nintendo World is a Mario Kart themed roller coaster. It's inside a Bowser's Castle level and uses augmented reality projections and mapping technology through AR headsets shaped like Mario's cap, which Bubba's got pictures of, that every rider has on. So you got this like VR AR headset, and you drive around, and it's got like it's like they recreated the Bowser level in Super Mario Kart.
Already
That's
wanted to
awesome.
go to Japan, and now
Yep.
I want to go way worse.
and you
Yep.
go and assault women with Mike Tyson and shit. Like, what else can you do there?
That was Nintendo, I think. I don't think did they have an NES Punch Out? This is Super Nintendo.
Nintendo World.
They're utilizing power ups in the ride, and say each ride will be a different experience. So I imagine basically they're saying you can collect power ups and you'll see them, and then those power ups will impact the ride. Like you get like a triple mushroom, you're probably getting 3 quick bursts.
That's awesome.
You get like a banana, you're probably going to spin in a circle in your
Do
car.
they have a
right?
Donkey Kong ride?
Well, yes, they're not yet, but yes, the next thing they're building is Donkey Kong World. Maybe Donkey Kong Country. Maybe Pat will be happy about that because he's been playing Donkey Kong Country.
Well, it's one of the best games of all time.
Isn't it though? It's so
no,
good.
it's I've been playing it like for the last couple of months.
So now you're on board.
What's so amazing is that it's the same system, right? That fucking like Super Mario came out on, but the graphics are better. They pushed the graphics with the same limitations when they got to Donkey Kong Country.
It was a
It's just
big
amazing.
advancement, and the gameplay better as well. So yeah, this is now Pat's on board. Now we're all on board, right? It's supposed to come to Orlando in 2023 as well. So if you guys don't want to go to Japan, which like Will said, I think that would be cool. They have their COVID under control over there. They just have a lot of suicides going on, it sounds like, but COVID under control.
Well, that was like a thing. I feel like that's been,
overworked or whatever.
I feel like they need to open
it's-
this in
it's
America
increased.
first.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of making fun of us with the fat plumber character they created. I'm just saying.
2023. Well, it's an Italian, right? So open in 2023 in Orlando if you want to wait. It's good news for theme parks in general, which that industry is in shambles this year, as the Walt Disney Corporation said they're planning on laying off 32,000 employees this upcoming year, or like nowish, mainly all from the theme park areas and like Disney World and stuff. So
way off city.
hopefully they rebound. Super Nintendo World sounds like a good step.
Yeah. Going back to why Pat hates amusement parks with the lines, have you guys ever gone to an amusement park and splurged and gotten one of like the flash passes?
Yes.
Those things
They're awesome.
are incredible.
Yes.
You feel like
I've
you
never
feel like a
done it.
dick. You feel like a dick like
No,
for
you
the
don't.
first like couple hours.
Yeah.
And then you get real cocky with it. And then you like get real entitled.
Not me. I've done it like once or twice, and I think twice, and I always get mad at the other people that have the flash pass making me wait like 1 round instead of 10. I'm like, this fucking guy's got a flash pass too?
I've gone with a friend and with a fake boot and crutches. I've done that.
That's a great.
Yeah. Or if you have a friend in a wheelchair, there's not a lot of upside, but that's
Let's get
one.
Pat to a theme park. I bet he would love it right now.
Is there a theme park there in Knoxville? Right?
It's Hollywood.
Oh,
Yeah,
only
Dahlia.
Whoops, sorry, didn't mean
Yeah.
to.
It's
say
okay.
that. All right, let's move it along.
They have a bird
along.
sanctuary.
What's that?
They have a bird sanctuary.
Yeah. I took Kate there. I thought she'd be pretty stoked. She wasn't.
Do you like it?
It's mostly just injured eagles.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Then they're shrieking eagles.
Yeah,
Eagles
there's-
cries.
There's
not-
also
not very
a
calming.
hut where you can learn how to field dress a deer.
Oh, that's relatable. Yeah.
That's
What
nice.
Dolly did.
It's a real country experience. All right, let's move it along to the next one from intern Patricia this time. We've got a huge reveal, guys, something that nobody suspected at all. Never. Turns out China was hiding their early COVID cases and stats, fellas, like half of them, you know?
It took us a year to prove this.
Unthinkable that this happened, that China, they were watering down their early COVID stats and then they sold it to the World Health Organization who helped them sell it to the world. Just unthinkable that that could be the reality. Who would have ever guessed that besides us every fucking day for 2020? And I think most of the world. 117 pages leaked of documents from the Hubei Provincial Center for Disease and Control and Prevention show that China was racking up about double the COVID the entire time of the early pandemic. When it first broke out through when they delayed it and then delayed telling everybody and then finally told people when it started escaping the country. So the documents
So they were doing the opposite of like what like guys do in their teens and 20s and like saying they've banged double or triple the amount of chicks they've actually banged. They were doing the opposite.
They were
and
doing the
having-
girl.
They were doing the girl version.
Yep, they were doing
having the amount of
Does
reported
that
deaths.
does that move past finger blasting? Because I know that's a big finger blasting
Well,
thing.
okay, then let's call it. Let's leave it at finger blasting. That's fine.
I feel like most of the time when you get to sex, you mature past being like, I banged so many chicks. It's
They
more
definitely
like,
have that rule. They're like, for guys, you divide by 10. And
Sucked
for,
on 7
for girls,
tits.
you multiply.
oh,
by
I've
3.
sucked so many tits, bro. Are we talking pairs or singles?
Yeah. Oh, 7.
Yeah. So China just they're doing the thing where they kept the numbers down.
I miss those days.
I didn't
What
want
are
to
you gonna
suck
do
the
about
8th
this?
one.
That was my
just-
my
it's
mouth
just
was
7.
tired.
I ran out of time.
Sorry, Will.
No. What would you do that for though? You would like? Oh, you're just talking about back in the
Clout.
day when you would try
Clout.
to convince people.
Yeah,
that
you brag to your boys. You're like, I've been sucking on tits. How about you, nerd? Oh no. Well, I've been. Yeah.
Last tit you sucked was your mom's.
I was a late bloomer, so I was always like just on the receiving end of the jabs. Just blocked
Yeah.
it out probably.
Well, we used to jab you because
too.
you used to go down on.
oh yeah,
you were a
well,
giver. Giver,
never-
never taker.
never been averted to a little
Yeah.
slice of pie.
Will would bring his hard hat to parties.
All right. These documents, guys, were from October through April, like I said, the start of the pandemic, and everything was out of control. If you had been listening to us, you knew the whole time that the WHO was China's little bitch. It was helping them cover up the stats. Been guessing that one for quite a few months. And stop me if you've heard this before, but a swingers party in New Orleans resulted in horrible disease as over 40 swingers caught COVID at the same party. 41 of the 300 attendees of Naughty Nolan's 5-day sex party had tested positive for COVID just while they were there. So,
Someone's like, not again.
yeah, I don't know what they thought was going to happen
Yeah.
at the
Was this
Naughty
the same-
Nolan's swingers party, but
The same party where the dude that organized it tried to play it off like they were trying to be safe. Was this the
yes,
same one?
exactly the same. He was like, we had a wristband system and everything, and it just didn't work out. Wouldn't you know it?
Right, that's who you want to trust. That was like if Mike Busey at the Sausage Castle was like, "Oh, bro, we got proper distancing protocols here. Watch me suck that shit."
Exactly. And speaking of action, Shout out to Predict It, our sponsor, where many of the markets since the election have finally closed, and so you have your cash in there. Hopefully that's settled, and you can spend it on the special Senate race markets if you want. In Georgia, we've got the stats here. Georgia for the special, Republicans at 63, Democrats at 40, and that's Loeffler versus Warnock. So Loeffler 63, Warnock 40, and then for the regular race, Perdue is at 69, a little bit heavier of a favorite than Loeffler, and the challenger Ossoff is at 36.
Well, Ossoff's a dweeb. I did say I think the one on the left, the Warnock Reverend one's gonna be closer.
I think that the predicted market is following exactly what we kind of thought about that. I think Purdue's pretty safe there. Even up at 69, I don't see Ossoff taking him out, but then Warnock may be a good value at 40 in the other race.
Have you guys seen the Ossoff ads? He's like, "Hey, dudes and dudettes." He's like,
it's terrible.
He makes Beto O'Rourke look cool.
He's like the Georgia Beto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, do we know what the hell is going to happen with popular vote margin of victory? Because right now it's at 63%, 3% to 63 cents, 3% to 4.5%.
Pat, yes, we do. The popular New York reported Tuesday night while we're recording, and there's like maybe 100,000 votes left in the entire United States to count. It looks like it's going to land between 4.4 and 4.5%. There was two big markets that I was in that I got out of and made a couple $100. I had 3 to 4.5%, which is likely, because it's going to land in the high 4.4s. The other market was what percentage is Trump going to beat the polls by? 3 to 4%, 4 to 5%, 5 to 6%. And the math worked out that 4.4 was the tipping point in that market. So people had to flip sides, and if you played it right, you could have won both. But I believe it's going to end in the high 4.4 range, not quite at 4.5%.
Wow, because 4.5 is at 30 cents right now. I mean, either way, there's money to be made.
The band that is current will be the one, but
right, the one that's ahead currently.
Yeah,
in that market, but then in the other poll market, it's the opposite. Yeah,
gotcha.
How much the Trump? Yeah.
Get in on the action, everybody. Predictit.org/promo/hard factor 20 to get your first $20 matched on us in the stock market of politics. We will definitely be live streaming and gambling the night of January 5th, which is the runoff results. So 100% get in there, get your Predict It bets going, ride with us that night.
It's the new year, same us. Nice. You know what I mean?
I've got money on Loeffler in that that one race. Like,
you like her over Warnock? I mean, she's currently.
I don't know anything, honestly. I just put it in there.
Well,
it's going to be exciting. Everyone's going full court press.
Exactly. It's going to be probably seeming like relatively close election, so we'll be tuned in all night.
There's two things that Biden's trying to get pushed through his first 100 days. One is the stimulus check, which I think everyone wants, and then one is like an immigration bill or something. And the immigration bill would probably get shot down. They're saying if the Republicans win the Senate, and the economic package, hopefully not.
Right. Stimulus checks would be sweet.
Stimulus checks would be sweet. All right, guys. Thank you to several people who sent this one. Nico especially. And it is a doozy. So we all know that being cooped up during COVID is the worst, right? And Europe, with their new lockdowns, has it especially bad. Everyone is itching to get things back normal. Even politicians who institute these lockdowns have been caught violating them. Just ask Governor Newsom or Nancy Pelosi, or ask Joseph Sejer, I think that's how you say his name, a member of the European Parliament with Hungary's ruling ultra-conservative, a.k.a. not gay-friendly Fidesz party, who resigned on Sunday after he was caught violating Belgium's COVID restrictions against gatherings. Only Joseph wasn't at some swanky dinner at the French Laundry. No, he was at a flat with 25 other men, allegedly fucking the shit out of each other.
He was at Naughty Nolans.
For research purposes.
Yeah, he was just at a flat-out gay orgy, allegedly.
He's part of the anti-gay party.
Anti-gay party.
Oh, yeah. This party is trouble.
I hate myself.
They are
but
big.
I love gay sex.
Yeah. That's exactly it. He was at a flat.
It's not that I'm gay. It's just that I prefer a bigger being to fuck. It's tough for me.
Bubba, you got a picture of this guy?
I think Bubba's. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, wow.
There he is,
There
giving the thumbs up to not allowing any rights for homosexuals.
Yeah, that beard is a mess after these parties.
Yeah. So So what happened? What makes this great is that obviously didn't want to get caught there. So when the police broke it up, it was above some like cafe in like downtown, and they come in. Of course, there's COVID laws against gatherings. So he tries to escape out the window and down like the drain pipe. And some people on the outside saw this guy.
He can't be seen there. Yeah,
just trying. Oh, he cannot. This is the last place he wants to be seen.
Dude, don't the other 25 gays know that this guy's a fucking bigot? Like, it would be like a KKK member coming to like a juke joint and
what if
dancing.
they're all members of the same party?
Maybe he wears like a Groucho Marx glasses and nose.
He already has a beard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he dyes his hair.
There was two other people there. Like this was like a very hush hush. Like two people claimed diplomatic immunity. I don't think he let the police knew. It was found out that it was him. They didn't even release his name, but they released that the person that was caught was a member of parliament and had resigned on Sunday, which is what this guy did.
Maybe he just apologizes a lot at these events, Pat. While he's
Right.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep having sex with you.
Imagine
Sorry.
his discourse after he shoots. Oh my God! Imagine the shame that he feels as soon as he's done. You know what I mean? Like, that is bad.
Yeah,
he probably loves it. Honestly, yeah.
Oh yeah, no shame at all.
He's going to a party for it.
Yeah, his hands were all bloody from trying to escape down the drain pipes when the police finally caught him. He had ecstasy in his backpack, which he said, of course, wasn't his.
He's having a great time.
Grabbed the wrong pack.
Though this political party is like the biggest hypocritical shit show.
So he's their leader, but yeah, now they're done, right? I mean,
right. Well, they push Christian values, and then a lot of their leaders are just getting caught. Like one of their leaders got caught with 19,000 pictures of minors, sexually explicit minor pictures. There was another one of a politician in this party, having an orgy on a yacht in the Adriatic Sea. So these people are just wild partiers.
Maybe Pat's right, though. It's for research. He's like, when the cops come, he's like, I've got it under control. They're all going down. Swab my ass. There's 17 guys' DNA in here.
Right, yeah. He's like, I came down here as a receptacle.
Yeah.
As
We're gonna get them all.
An evidence collector is what I call my butt. I call it the evidence collector.
Come on, swab my ass.
Well, it's like when Pete Townsend from The Who got busted with fucking child porn, and he was like, yeah, no, it's research. I'm building a case against these bastards. Okay, Pete.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have told the fucking police then first.
He's a vigilante.
Anyone that doesn't let someone know, like mail a letter to yourself or something. Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
What a story.
He resigned.
Yeah. All right, guys, imagine being stuck somewhere during the pandemic. I mean, like really, really stuck, not just
worse than your
Is this your last story?
Right.
Yeah.
I was stuck in his house.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what happened to a French circus that's been holed up in a parking lot in Belgium since March. So, yeah, this sucks. This French circus essentially was on the road. They do about 30 dates a year, or more than 30 dates, but they travel to about 30 cities around Europe a year. And they just happen to be, pitching their tent, so to speak, in a parking lot in March. And they've not been able to leave since. So this circus has just essentially made a home there. It's
that's also a smelly situation because you got I'm assuming elephants.
60
and stuff.
Animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zavatelli Circus, a family-run circus, has been in the parking lot south of Gembloux in Belgium, just hanging out for 8 months.
That sucks.
Yeah, the show features jugglers, acrobats, a conjurer, clowns, a tightrope walker, and a menagerie of animals, including camels, llamas, buffaloes, and ponies. 60 animals in all, 23 circus staff just hanging out, shitting, and eating in a parking lot, and they're running out of food.
Damn.
Yeah,
Belgium has a really bad outbreak too, right?
Yeah, these guys are French, but I guess the EU borders are pretty tight, so they just can't travel. So it's like you just see some clowns taking shits in the morning now on your way to work. Like there's just nothing they can do about it. Just imagine a circus comes to town and it just never leaves, and it's just hanging out. But they're struck.
Do they have lions?
They don't have lions. It's like
Oh.
it's a JV circus. Yeah, it's the junior college of circuses. One of the owners said the circus has not received any financial assistance. A lot of people have given us bread, carrots, and they bring us seeds and hay. But in terms of money, we didn't get anything from. So yeah, they're just kind of stranded there.
That's not going to get it done. Seeds and hay for 60 animals and a bunch of humans. That's not
Yeah,
great.
I know. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Jesus. That is a bad situation. All
Hey
right,
guys,
well,
before we move on to the next story,
Okay.
I need to give us a word from our sponsor, Lightstream. The holidays are here, fellas, and this year you need to give yourself the gift of extra money in your pocket. That's right. Pay off your credit card balances and save with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. Roll your high-interest credit card payments into just one payment at a lower fixed rate. Lightstream's credit cards consolidations loans range anywhere from 5.95% APR with auto pay and excellent credit, which is a really good rate. I think if you're on a bunch of high credit cards, they're probably in the teens somewhere.
oh,
so you
yeah.
can knock
Maybe
it down.
sometimes you're at 20.
Sometimes 22.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get a loan from anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 to knock a shitload off of those APRs, and it's fixed, like we're saying. So
Can I tell you boys something?
Yeah.
Checked my credit yesterday.
Whoa.
With a little help from Lightstream. This is not BS. My credit is on the borderline of good.
Wow.
Are you in the-
Lightstream could bring the beeve up
Wow.
to good credit. Imagine what it could do
It's
for you.
between poor and good. So,
Wow.
Well, it used to just not even register, right?
Oh,
You
it was yeah. It was.
You said some scores on this show that I didn't even know. were
it
possible.
was negative.
It used to send a silent alarm to the police.
No, I would check
When you
in
checked?
and it would be like, sir, to see your credit score, you have to pay some of these creditors.
The CIA would
Yeah.
show up at
Some
the
of
beeve's
these
house.
creditors, yeah.
Yeah. But not now, thanks to Lightstream, the beeve is free and clear with all.
They would ask me for nudes for some reason. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yandex would pop up in your browser. All right, but Lightstream can save you from that horrible fate. Consolidate your credit card loans and get your credit card consolidation loan at lightstream.com. Our listeners can save even more with an additional interest rate discount. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor. Again, that's lightstream.com/factor. Got to read a quick disclaimer. Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.95% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, I got a feel good one for you sent in from the Dutch Hammer. We need a feel good story every now and then. Speaking of which, before I get into the story, if you want a movie that will probably make you happy and is just hilarious and awesome, check out The Hunt for the Wild People on Netflix. You're welcome in advance.
It's a New Zealand movie, right?
It is. I described it to Wes as, the movie Dutch that with
Ed
What's
O'Neill.
his favorite?
Ed O'Neill. It's like New Zealand Dutch.
Check it out tonight.
It's pretty good. Anyways, so we're headed to the Lakeway, Lakeway, Texas, like right near Dallas, Texas, where a family had happened to them what I always fear around this time of year. Their house caught on fire overnight while they were sleeping. Not great, right? Luckily for them, either someone in the neighborhood must have called 911 or a patrol car was going by or something. And so the police showed up. They were first to arrive on the scene. And a female officer and went to the front of the house, and her partner went around the back, was banging on the windows, and she was knocking on the front door. And she finally woke someone up, and they opened the door, and she was like, "Hey, there's a video of it." And she's like, "Hey, your house is on fire. We need to get you and everyone out." So then
crazy.
So then it was pretty bad. So she like immediately went in the front door, helped wake everyone up, helped get everyone out, made sure she checked every single room, and got everyone out. And in the end, 2 sleepy adults, 2 sleepy children, and 1 happy family dog got out safely just as the fire trucks started to arrive. Their house is pretty fucked, but no one, including the first responders, were injured. And a statement said the Lake Worth Police Department would like to publicly recognize and thank Officer Myers and Officer Valdez for their steadfast devotion to duty and commitment and keeping the citizens of it's Lake Worth. I'm an idiot. Lake Worth safe. Yeah, what an idiot I am. So there you go. If you do burn down your house this holiday season, hopefully someone calls 911 when you're asleep. You get some badass cops and firefighters to show up and come save your dumb asses.
Did you guys ever see in that episode of Cops where this happened essentially, but it didn't work out this way? Where there was a house on fire and this officer
died?
No. Everything. No one died, but this officer runs up to a house, and this house happens to be one of those that has like essentially like a gigantic bay window in the front of the house in their living room, but it's a bay window where they have maybe 40 or 50 little panes of window, and he starts smashing all these panes of the window out with his flashlight, being like, "Your house is on fire! You gotta get out! Your house!" Like he breaks probably like 40 panes of glass. This woman comes out. He's like, "Come on, ma'am, come on!" She's like, "My house is on fire." He's like, "Come on!" And then, wrong house.
No way.
Yeah,
no way. Yeah, in the video they showed like the entire evacuation. They like kind of broke the back door, but not really. But it was worth it. It was worth it because the house was going down.
In Pat's situation, I mean, regrettably, that was the wrong house.
Wrong house.
Got to be thankful for the boys and girls in blue.
Wrong hole, fool.
Wrong hole, fool. Hey guys, real quick, but on that note, if it's okay, I want to call out a friend of Adam, the dairy farmers, who was an Army helicopter pilot who was killed in a crash. I think it was a week and a half ago. Captain Seth Vernon Vanderkamp, Chief Warrant Officer Dallas, Gerald Garza, Chief Warrant Officer Marwan Semi Gobor, Staff Sergeant Kyle Robert McKee, and Sergeant Jeremy Kane Sherman, 27. All soldiers were killed when the helicopter crashed in the Sinai. So just want to call those service people out. Thanks for doing what they do. Rest in peace, boys.
Sad indeed.
Yeah, sad. All right, let's move it on to some different military news, a little bit lighter hearted. An oddly big week for the Australian military in the news, which you don't hear too often. And this is brought to us by listener Tank Barstool and the Hardo Hive. A new report that's been released details how Australian special forces in Afghanistan unlawfully killed prisoners over the course of several years. 39 in total, prisoners and other people who are being held, I guess, like in their custody. Obviously, that's not good, and it's something that the Australian government needs to investigate and correct. But the fallout from this discovery has been pretty crazy. So first, the first thing to happen, a Chinese ambassador named Li Jian Zhao posted a fake picture of an Australian soldier holding a knife to an Afghan child's throat. And then
why would he do that? Yeah,
because he's nuts, and then he just refuses to take it down, even though it's clearly photoshopped. And also, Twitter hadn't taken it down or flagged it for false information at all as of the time of this story. Or reporting it. So it's just like, I don't know, crazy. YouTube.com/HardFactorNews, or just check it out on Twitter. Just a straight up like, it's an Australian soldier,
that's a terrible picture. I hate that.
Yeah, and it's just sitting there on Twitter from an official Chinese.
What is that puzzle piece?
I don't know. It was like a flags, I think, underneath, like the Australian flag and then the Afghan flag. So it's like so photoshopped, and it says like
got the knife backwards.
We're coming for you. We bring you peace, but we're coming. Don't be afraid. We bring you peace. It's just crazy. It's like crazy propaganda, insane, and it's just out there. China, like official Chinese diplomats doing that, and then China and Australia are basically just beefing more as China becomes more adversarial with pretty much everybody these days. Look at India, Taiwan, goodbye Hong Kong, and then the other crazy part of the story about the Australian military is that the squad is not only accused of war crimes, but also they're known for chugging beers out of a Taliban member's fake leg that they kept at their bar. So the details say the prosthetic leg is seen in photos is believed to have belonged to a suspected Taliban fighter who was killed during Sauser 2 squadron strike in Uruzgan province in April 2009.
Nailed
and then it was removed from the battlefield and kept in the bar where they mounted it on a plaque under a heading that said Das Boot, and then had an iron cross next to it. So Katie Hill style with the the symbol.
This is
and
this
then
one squad in Australia, or
the Australian Special Forces were just yugging beers out of that prosthetic that they stole off of a Taliban member.
you know they got nastier too after they drank out of that leg, because that looks like it could hold 3 or 4 beers.
More than that, bro.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
leg.
those-
A leg
yeah.
can hold some
A
BS.
thigh's worth of beers. Yeah,
A
so it's
thigh's
like
worth.
a shitload of beers. Yeah, it's
7. My guess is 7 beers.
7, yeah.
The Australians have a lot on their hands there to investigate and to look at, but a lot.
I
Of
mean, that's
people
kind
took
of
it
dope, though, right? It
right.
is-
I mean, it's,
yeah.
it's the coolest thing you could possibly drink out of is the prosthetic leg of your enemy.
Yeah, it's like when the predator would take skulls. It's
Right.
kind of like that.
I mean, they're definitely guilty of some things there. They're going to have to review that whole thing, but that's for Australia to do. And that's for another day. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor for this What the Fuck Wednesday. Thank you again to everybody who submitted these stories. Every What the Fuck Wednesday, it's all submitted by the Hardo Hive because you're the most amazing group of listeners out there. And thank you to those who supported the boys by making a merch buy during the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale at the Barstool store. We truly appreciate your support and hope to keep doing this show for you as long as we possibly can. Follow us at Hard Factor News, at Hard Factor Pat, at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Wes, and at Hard Factor Will on Twitter and Instagram. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.